रहा हूँ, this is less spread than rational numbers. However, this will need more dedication as compared to rational numbers, and chances of making mistakes are more because this is very calculation oriented. वही प्लस माइनस डिवाइड, जिसमें आप लोग +4 को -4 लिखोगे, 3 को 6 लिखोगे, तो एरर होने के चांसेस बहुत ज्यादा है। ठीक है, तो आ जाओ, चैप्टर का नाम है squares and square root. Again, this is one of the onion chopping chapters. Okay, squares and square root. Squares and square root. So obviously first we will deal with squares, then we'll deal with square roots. What all we will study, we will see now. Okay, now shall we? Okay, if I take any number, say if I take a number, so you should be very precise with it. Any number, this number can be a real number. Okay, नहीं वो क्या हुआ होगा, it has got connect, he must have sent it 3-4 times, all were pending, that laptop or something must have switched on, so it is now sending one by one. Okay, any number, right? Any number when multiplied by itself, a number multiplied by itself, a number multiplied by itself. Okay, and this is very important, by itself. So if I have a number a, it means multiplied by itself. हम a के साथ ही multiply करेंगे, और ऐसे केस में हम इसे कहते हैं, you know little bit about laws of exponents, something you have learned. If nothing is mentioned, what is here? 1. If nothing is mentioned, 1. Bases are same. Maganlal is Maganlal, so it becomes Maganlal, and ऊपर Chaganlal and Chaganlal added, so it becomes a to the power 2.
Square.
Square नहीं, इसको बोलते हैं, we read it as a squared. That हाँ, past tense, a squared. We read it as a square, b squared. A squared है, a cubed, a squared. You square up a. Okay, the idea of squaring up means, imagine something like a square, right? Squares means if this side is a, this side also has to be a, then only it will be form a square. Do you agree or not? If this side is say b, this side also has to be b, then only it will take the shape of a square. Otherwise it will become a rectangle. So square of a number is like the area of a square. To multiply this side, both the sides are same, you multiply one side by the other and you write it as a to the power 2. Now how do we read this? Okay, now when you write as a2, this is known as your base. Again, in exponents we will learn this is known as your power, and in some foreign books it will be also known as your indices. It can also be called as exponent. जैसा आपको चाहे, a, right? What is the exponent of a? 2. So in this chapter we will study exponents which are only 2, nothing more than that, because the chapter is all about square. So another way you can say, if the exponent of a number is 2, we say that the number is squared, and we read it as a square. So on that same ground, if I write 7 to the power 2, this means 7 is being multiplied by 7. Is this understood? Okay. So now you know square of a number. Square of a number is when the number is multiplied by itself. It forms a product which can be expressed with the number as the base. And how many times the number is getting multiplied? 2 times. That 2 climbs on top of the number, takes the form of what is known as a power or an index or a exponent, and we say that it is a squared. Clear हो गया? Square. Okay. ये जानने के बाद next हम सीखेंगे. Our next job is in this chapter to understand the concept of square root. Square root. Now, since you have understood what is a square, okay, you understand that a square is nothing but a multiplied by a. That means the same number is getting multiplied how many times? 2 times. Agreed? Now, when you say square root, we denote it by this symbol. And there will be a horizontal bar also, and the bar will shelter the number, the squared number which you're trying to evaluate square root of. So if a multiplied by a gives you a square, so the square root of a will always be how much? A. Square Square root of a square will be a. The square root of a square will be a. Let's understand this. ये शायद आपको अभी समझने में थोड़ा सा मुश्किल होगा. समझते हैं. आइए. 7 multiplied by 7 is how much? 49. So if you do square root of 49, you should actually get 7. अब इसको समझते हैं ये होता कैसे है. Now this is square root. Actually, the way to write square root in the proper manner is when you put this, there is a 2 out here. There is a 2 out here. In the case of square root, we do not mention this 2. We will never mention this 2. But in the case of cube root, fourth root, sixth root, we will mention that. We will see what are these. मैं इसलिए बोला ये चैप्टर छोटा है और इसको समझना है. Square root means there is a 2 out here. This symbol is for root. This symbol is for root. This is only root. What root are you trying to find out? Square root. Square root means square means 2. Therefore 2 comes here. If you try to find out cube root, then 3 will come here. If you try to find out fourth root, then 4 will come here. Is that correct? So we will say the square root of 49 is equal to 7. Square root is just the opposite of squaring. If squaring a number 7 gave me 49, then square root of 49 is 7. Okay. Square root of 49 is 7. Okay. Now let's suppose 1 minute. Okay, square root of 49 is 7. Now let us understand what does actually square root mean. If you write square root of a number, that is square root of a number a, we do not mention the 2, we just write it as square of a. इतना समझ में आया? Okay. This is analogous to a to the power half. What is it analogous to? A to the power means it is same as writing a to the power half. How did that 2 come? It is this particular 2 which has come here. Now, since in some schools you have already learned about cube root, say there was, if you would have taken cube root of a number a, you would write this as a to the power 1 upon 3. Here the exponent is less than 1. It's a proper fraction. इतना समझ में आ रहा है? ठीक है? Don't worry, it will all come clear slowly. Let's see it once again. If you write square root a is same as, right? I would prefer you write this, but we do not write square root of a, rather we write just of a. Have you understood this? Square root of a is same as 2 root a, but we do not write 2 root a. We just rather we write root of a. Is this clear? Let's see in another way. Cube root of a is same as a to the power 1 upon 3. Understood? Similarly, so square root of a is same as a to the power half. This is very important. इसको समझिए आप, तब clear हो जाएगा आपका. Cube root of a is a to the power 1 by 3. In this line, say suppose somebody wants to find what is the nth root of a, some nth root, fourth root, fifth root, sixth root, seventh root. अगर आप nth root निकाल रहे हैं, so it is a to the power 1 upon n. Always. Square root means a to the power half. A means a to the power 1. 0 means 0. 1 can be written as a to the power 0. इतना ये सब clear है कि नहीं? This we have learned in 7. What is a to the power 0? 1. What is a to the power 1? A. What is a square? A square is a square. What is root a? Root a is same as a to the power half. What is cube root of a? Cube root of a is same as a to the power 1 by 3. In such a manner, what should be nth root of a? Nth root of a should be a to the power 1 by n. Clear है? कोई भी चीज यहाँ क्लियर नहीं है तो पूछिए.
If a to the power half is
root a,
square root of a,
not square root of a. Yeah, square root of a. Yeah.
then like what is half like?
Half is the exponent. We will see that.
So is it like a by a?
No, a to the power half. It's not a by a. That we will see. Is this clear? Acha. Now let us revisit what we had learned. Let us revisit what we had learned and try to prove. Acha, do you know, are you aware of this exponent law? If you have a to the power m and you have another n out here, it can be written as a to the power mn. You are aware of this? If you want to prove also, you can prove, say 2 square to the power square, right? Let's go by this formula. Then it means 2 to the power 4, right? 2 to the power 4 means 16. Let's just solve it the other way. 2 square is how much? 4. 4 ka square, which is also 16. That means this formula is correct, right? Now, see the beauty. I told you a square's root. A square's root is how much did I tell you? A. Let us prove this now. ये a square का root a कैसे होता है? Okay. Can I, children, write this as a square? No issues? I put a bracket just because it is a root. Can I put a half now? Right? A square is a square को b समझ लो. Root b is what? B to the power half. Therefore, is a square का उधर attention दो. A square means a square to the power half. Have you understood? Now multiply them. Huh? Let a square be equal to some number x. How can you write this as root x? Can I not write root x as x to the power half? यही तो सिखाया इतना देर. Root मने to the power half. यही तो सिखाया. अब x को वापस ले लो. X is what? X was your assumption. The same thing I have done here. Clear? Now try to do this multiplication. A to the power 2 into 1 by 2. How much is it? 2 and 2 cancels. A to the power 1, which is a. That is how it's proved. Why square root of a square is a? अब क्लियर हुआ? ये लिख लीजिए, ये आपको इजी रहेगा. अब एक कॉमन सेंस लगाइए. What should be cube root of a? Though we have not studied cube root. Cube root of a is a to the power 1/3. Agreed? Now I'm suppose finding out what is cube root of a cube.
A.
It should be a. That means a cube to the power 1 by 3, which is a to the power 3 by 3, which is equal to a. किसी भी चीज का आप अगर रूट निकाल रहे हैं उसको उतना टाइम्स मल्टीप्लाई कर देंगे तो वही नंबर होगा. Fourth root of a to the power 4 should be 4. Have you understood? Fourth root of a to the power 4 means it is equal to 4. 4 to the power half into 4. So now start thinking like a senior mathematics student. What should be nth root of a to the power n? It should be, this is the generic formula, a to the power n multiplied by 1 by n, which is equal to a. अब आप इस फॉर्मूला में डाल के देखो, जब आपने 2 2 बिठाया था तो भी a आया था, आपने 3 3 बिठाया तब भी a आया, 4 4 बिठाओगे तब भी a आएगा. समझ में आ रहा है भाई? But we will restrict our discussion only to 2's because we are learning square root. Have you understood now the difference between square and square root? Square gives you a bigger number. Square root brings you back to the original number. It's simple. So, can I go ahead? Shall I? Okay. So, it's something like this now. If 2 square gives me 4, it is understood that square root of 4 should give me back 2. right? So if a square gives me a number b in standard form, a root of b should give me back a. Clear? So let's see some numbers. If you have 9 as a number, okay, 3 square gives you how much? 9. That means root of 9 should give you back as 3. But there is a small catch out here. Let's see the catch. Okay. How about multiplying negative 3 with a negative 3? How much should I get?
Positive
9. We should get 9 out here. Right? How about multiplying positive 3 with a positive 3? What should we get? 9. Can I write this step as negative 3 square is equal to 9, a number multiplied by the same number? Can I write this as 3 square is equal to 9? ये भी तो लिख सकता हूँ. बड़ा interesting observation है. That means, can I write root of 9 is equal to negative 3? है ना? जिसको square किया मिला उसको root करेंगे तो वही number मिलना चाहिए. Can I write root of 9 is equal to 3? Based on these two, I can combine them and write root of 9 is equal to plus minus 3. Yeah, root of 9 is plus 3 also. Root of 9 is minus 3 also. Agar hum, we can write that. Very much. These are valid statements. A plus number if squared, say gives you b, negative of that number squared will also give you b. Is this understood? This is very interesting observation. However, if you do cube, देखो cube में कैसा हो जाता है? Negative 2 multiplied by negative 2 multiplied by negative 2. आंसर कितना आएगा? Negative 8 आएगा. लेकिन अगर आप 2 को 2 से मल्टीप्लाई करके फिर से 2 से करो तो आपको 8 आएगा. This logic does not hold in case of cube root. Cube root of a number, negative number will be negative. Cube root of a positive number will be positive. जब हम cube root पढ़ेंगे, but I just introduced this interesting facet also. If you see it in square root, a square root of a number can be a positive number also, can be a negative number also. जैसे हम लोग कभी-कभी बोलते हैं, if you go and press the calculator will give you, if you do root 25, the calculator will throw 5 as the answer because they are considering only the positive part. However, the correct answer is positive 5 as well as negative 5. If you square negative 5, then also you get 25. If you square positive 5, then also you get 25. Few more things about square root. Then only you will understand the chapter. Yes. Yeah.
on the power 5.
Yeah, power 5. Even powers and odd powers. Now, since we are doing that, will become more clear in exponents. Now, since we are doing only square root, we are dealing with a power which is 2. Square means we are dealing with a power which is 2. 2 is an even power. An even power, when you do a root, it will have a plus value also, it will have a minus value also. But in odd, it will have only one value for. Cube root of 8 is only one value, positive 2. Cube root of minus 8 is negative 2. However, square root of 8 is positive 2 as well as negative 2. What you should have asked me, something like this. Sir, you took this number and you said its root can be a plus 4 and you again said its root can be a negative 4. Agreed? Sir, what about if the number would have been negative? That also is possible ना? इसका cube root तो हो सकता है ना? Cube root of negative 8 is possible. What about square root of a negative number? This is imaginary. ये हो नहीं सकता है. आप जब 11 में जाएंगे तभी आप इस नंबर को पढ़ेंगे. अभी आपके लिए ये हो ही नहीं सकता है. Two numbers multiplied together, try to get a, two numbers means one number multiplied 2 times, try to get a negative. Try to get a negative. Let me take negative 2 multiplied by how much? The same number, negative 2. It throws me what? 4. Take a positive 2 and multiply with a positive 2. It throws 4. Can you get a negative 4? By multiplying the same number with the same sign. You can say, sir, we can get a positive 4 by multiplying negative 2 with positive 2, but that's not allowed. Our first statement was square of a number is when the number is multiplied by itself. Can you create a negative 16? Just think for 2 minutes. Can you create negative 16? You cannot. Means you can create negative 16 by multiplying 8 into negative 2, but I'm saying multiply two numbers in which the two numbers are same by their signs also and create negative 16. Not possible. However, in cube it is possible. Create negative 8 minus 2 into minus 2 into minus 2. Odd powers में वो possible होता है. Evens में आप negative नहीं ला सकते. Multiply a number 4 times and get me negative 16. Not possible. However, if you take negative 2, negative 2, negative 2, negative 2, it will give you positive 16. Positive 2, positive 2, positive 2, positive 2, it will still give you 16. थोड़ा clear हो रहा है? तो यहाँ से देखते हैं what all did we learn so far. अब तक क्या क्या सीखा? Number 1, what is square of a number? Square of a number. And our number for our study will always be a number A. Square of a number means A multiplied by A, which in short form is written as A square. Clear? It could have also been a negative A multiplied by a negative A, which will also give me A square. Any doubt? The first learning. I'm just revising. Any doubt here? No. Okay. Next. What is square root of a number? Square root of a number A, if gives me a value B, square root of a number A gives me a value B, means if B was squared, I should have got A. If you want some example, we can have an example. Square root of a number 16 gives me 4, which means if 4 was squared, I get 16. Are you able to see the logic? A number square root gives me a number. That means that number, if squared, should give me back to this particular number. Right? Okay. Further, we also understood one more thing, that square roots can also be represented as a square root of a number A can also be represented as A to the power half. And fourth point, we understood that square root of negative A is not possible. Okay? Any doubt at this stage for anyone? ये चार चीज आपके दिमाग में बैठ जाना चाहिए. If you do square root of a number, you get some number. That number again, if you square up, you get back the squared number.
You may imagine it, like it does not exist.
I told you, no, this is not in your syllabus, so why breaking your head on this? You break your head on these four. Yeah.
Square root of 2.
Square root of 2. We will even see that also. It's possible. Every number square root is possible. Okay. Shall I go ahead? Okay.
Square root of 1 was-
Yes. This is our number line which goes from negative infinity to positive infinity, right? All numbers that you find on this number line are known as real numbers. All numbers that you find on these numbers are real numbers. What does real numbers means? Real numbers are the numbers which have existence. And these real numbers can be in the form of what? Natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, then rational numbers. Okay, these are all real numbers. Then in grade 9, we will also study something called irrational numbers. All these are real numbers. But a root of negative 16 does not lie on this axis. That will have a separate axis, which is called the imaginary axis, which is not our concern right now. That means any number which is on this axis, this axis can have what all numbers? Tell me, for example, it can have a 2. Do you agree? It can have a -2. It can have a 2.1. It can have a 2.2. It can have a 2.3333 recurring, which is written as 2.3 bar. It can have this number also. Square root of all these numbers are possible. Square root of all these numbers are possible. Right? But you want some cutie numbers. Like, have you dishelled a boiled egg? Some boiled egg, while you take their shells off, they're very stubborn. The shell will not come out properly. They will take out even flesh out of that egg, and you really get very angry on that. Okay, so we all want some good numbers whose roots give us good numbers. So for example, you would always love that if somebody asks you a question, what is the square root of 25, you would straight away say 5. But if somebody says what is the square root of 26, your face starts becoming like this. Yes, obviously, right? So what is the speciality about this number? And this will also be some number. This will be 5 point something something something. The speciality is this one is a integer. Numbers, I have a number b, and if I do square root of b, I get a integer. You know what is an integer? Integer can be plus, integer can be minus, and 0. Can 2.2 be an integer? No, only 2 is an integer. I hope, are you all clear or not? You all have become very silent today. 2 is an integer, 3 is an integer, but 2.5 is not an integer. Negative 2 is an integer, negative 1 is an integer, negative 1.2 is not an integer. So if you have a number whose square root throws an integer, then such a number is known as a perfect square. That is that perfect egg, which will on deshelling will give you properly, it will deshell off. This is called a perfect square. Have you understood what is a perfect square? A 16 is a perfect square, because if you root 16, then you will get either plus 4 or minus 4. A 1 is a perfect square, because if you root 1, you get 1. A 2 is not a perfect square. 4 is a perfect square. 9 is a perfect square. 3 is not a perfect square. 3 ka root is 1.732. Does it give you any integer? No. 2 ka root is 1.414. Huh? 0 is a perfect square. 0's root is 0. It's an integer. After that, so if you try to write down, let's say we write down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, yeah, to 16 I have written, okay, up to 16. If you square up 1, how much do you get? If you square up 1, how much do you get? 1. So root of 1 is 1. So 1 is a perfect square. If you square up 2, how much do you get? 4. 1.4. 4. So 4 is a perfect square. Why is 4 a perfect square? Sir, 4 is a perfect square because now we'll add the plus minus also. It's getting interesting now. Then 9 is a perfect square because root of 9 is plus minus 3. 16 is a perfect square because root of 16 is plus minus 4. 25 is a perfect square because root of 25 is plus minus 5. 36 is a perfect square because root of 36 is plus minus 6. Similarly, 49 plus minus. 64, you get a plus minus. Then 81. Plus minus 9 is root of 81. Plus minus 10 will be root of 100 is a perfect square. The next is 121, then 144, 169, then 196, 225, and 256.
So these are
Yeah, these are all plus minus. They are all perfect squares. In higher classes, they will tell you between 1 to 100, how many perfect squares do you have? From 1 to 100, how many perfect squares are there? 1, 4, up till 10, right? So 10 perfect. 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 36, 49, 64. Then 81 and 100. Plus minus 14 is root 1. ये आपको याद रहने से अच्छा रहता है. 10 is not the perfect square, huh?
no, it's the first
100 is the perfect. Up to 20 you should know. 20 squared will give you how much? 400. 19 I also don't know. Some 1 it will be. 18 will always give you some 6, 4, 8, 8, 64. And 17 will give you some 49. 249 will be in the case of 17. 6 हो ही नहीं सकता है. 20 square itself is 400. It will be below that. इतना समझ में आया? कुछ चीज टफ लग रहा है अभी तक? नहीं, याद कुछ रखना नहीं है. ये आपको कोई पूछेगा नहीं. No one is going to ask you. but you should understand, keep on understanding. This is like you are learning how to drive a car. Nobody will ask you ये क्या है, ये क्या है. जब जरूरत हो आपको याद आना चाहिए. आपने अभी तक सीखा ही क्या? आपने सीखा है, अगर मैं पिछले स्लाइड में चला जाऊं, आपने अभी तक ये सीखा, आपने ये सीखा, आपने सीखा कि ये नहीं हो सकता है ये, और अभी एक नया वर्ड सीखा, परफेक्ट स्क्वायर. अब परफेक्ट स्क्वायर इज दैट नंबर whose square root yields a integer, whose square root should yield a integer. Are we correct? Right. So if you have a perfect, now let's our chapter actually starts from perfect square only. Perfect square. Perfect square will be a number whose square root results in an integer. Example, 100 is a perfect square. 100 is a perfect square because root of 100 gives me plus minus 10, and both plus 10 and minus 10 are integers. अभी आपको क्लियर हो गया? Rohan, have you understood this? What is a perfect square? A number whose square root should yield you a integer. Our job in this chapter first will be that a number will be given to us. We have to identify whether the number is a perfect square or not. आप बोलोगे ये इतना क्या मुश्किल हो गया, हमें 25 देगा, हम तो देख के ही बोल देंगे 25 को रूट करने से कितना हो जाता है, 5 हो जाता है. लेकिन अगर कोई आपको 1024 जैसा बड़ा बड़ा नंबर दे दे, आप कैसे जानोगे कि उसका रूट क्या होता है ना? तो इसका मतलब है कुछ टेक्निक तो रहेगा. सम टेक्निक मस्ट बी देयर बाय व्हिच वी विल गेट टू नो वेदर. अभी हाँ शनाया, अभी समझ में आ रहा है कैसे स्टोरी जा रहा है लाइन में? हाउ वी विल गेट टू नो वेदर अ गिवन नंबर इज अ परफेक्ट स्क्वायर और नॉट, राइट? So we have understood about perfect square. Perfect square को root करने से we will always get an integer. But a given number is a perfect square or not? How do I know? Shall we? Okay. So first we will learn now a tool which is known as prime factorization. This is important. Prime factorization. Okay. If you have a composite number, what is a composite number? A number which is formed by the product of two numbers. Composite cake, a vanilla and a chocolate cake together mixed makes you what? A choco vanilla cake. So that is a composite cake. So composite number is a number which is comprising of two numbers, right? Right? 6 is a composite number because 6 में क्या क्या घुसा है? 1 और 6 घुसा है. या फिर आप बोलोगे 2 और 3 घुसा है. मैं बोलूंगा नहीं 6 and 1 घुसा है. आप बोलोगे नहीं 3 and 2 घुसा है. पर एक चीज तो करेक्ट है, 6 में कुछ नंबर्स घुसे हुए हैं. So if 6 is a cake, there is some chocolate in it, some vanilla in it, some strawberry and other things are in it. 6 is not only a vanilla cake or only a strawberry cake. Is this much understood? So if you take any composite number, this you will actually study in grade 10, but you do all the hard work you are doing in grade 8, but you just study a theorem in grade 10. Every composite number can be expressed as product of prime numbers. दुनिया का कोई भी composite number ले लो, it is a product of prime numbers end of the day. You tell me any number. आप सबसे पहले 13 ले लो. 13 को अगर आप तोड़ोगे तो क्या मिलेगा? 1 और 13. Both are prime numbers. नहीं सर, I don't agree with you. आप 16 को करके दिखाओ. कोई बात नहीं बेटा. 16 becomes 4 into 4. Agreed? 4 becomes 2 into 2. This 4 becomes 2 into 2. Ultimately देखो तो सब prime number में आ गया. Every composite number, as I say these na, start writing these. These are very golden things. Every composite number can be expressed as a product of primes. Yeah. 1 is a prime number. Neither prime nor composite. Yeah. Because 1 is divisible by itself only. Prime numbers are numbers which are divisible, but it is still a prime factor. 13. You will get a prime number. आप कोई भी number ले लो, 49 ले लो, 7 into 7. 100 ले लो, 100 को करके देखते हैं. 100 100 क्या हो जाएगा? आप 2 into 50 करना चाहते हैं? वेरी गुड, यहाँ पे प्राइम नंबर में रुक गए हम, राइट? दिस वन विल गो फर्दर 5 and 10, दिस वन विल गो फर्दर 2 and 5. अब जरा इन नंबर्स को चेक करो तो क्या सब प्राइम नंबर है? दुनिया का कोई भी नंबर ले लो, आपको सिर्फ क्या मिलेंगे? प्राइम नंबर्स ही मिलेंगे जब आप फैक्टराइज करोगे। ऐसे फैक्टराइजेशन को ही प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन बोलते हैं। When a number is expressed as a factor of its primes, it is known as prime factorization. This is also prime factorization. Your school doesn't teach you this way. This is called the tree method. We learn it by the column method, है ना? So prime factorization में हम क्या करते हैं? Take any number. Let's take a number. हम लोगों ने एक नंबर लिया 248. We have taken a number, and we are supposed to find its prime factors. So when you start finding prime factors, you can either go with this method also, or the generic method that is every school and all adopts is to go by this way. Now इसका हम क्या निकाल रहे हैं? कोई बात नहीं, अंडरस्टैंड। अभी ऐसा क्यों बोलते जाते हो? नेवर अंडरस्टैंड। एक बार देखो ना, 248 इसका हमें प्राइम फैक्टर्स निकालना है। सो वी विल स्टार्ट विद, अगर हम 248 को ट्री मेथड में लिखते तो आप सबसे पहले क्या करोगे? लुकिंग एट अ इवन नंबर यू विल फर्स्ट से सर इसमें एक 2 तो घुसा हुआ है, राइट? And so you will start with a 2 and you will say 2 1s are 2, 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8. क्या लिखते हैं आप? राइट? उसी प्रोसेस को यहां पे करना है। Okay, this number could have also gone with a 4, or so how much? 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 8 is 14, so this doesn't go by 3. Sometimes it could have gone by divisible by 3 also, but we will first go with the smallest prime number. These prime numbers are to be tested in the ascending order. चलिए 2 से डिवाइड करते हैं, और ये बिल्कुल आपकी जुबान पे होना चाहिए। It should be, how to divide? See, look at me. It should go by your mind. ऐसा करने की जरूरत नहीं, आओ इसको करो। 2 1s are 2. No, look at me. Don't do 2 1s are 2. क्या 2 के नीचे और कुछ बचा? Basically, I am doing this thing, but since you are grown up, this job will be done in your mind. 2 1 2. 2 के नीचे कुछ बचा? अब कौन आएगा? 4 आएगा। 2 1s are 2 मैच हो गया। अब 4 आया। 2 2s are 4, 4 भी मैच हो गया। उसके बाद 2 4s are 8. इसी प्रोसेस को यहां पे फास्ट वे में किया, है ना? What number did you get? Even number. That means another 2 is inside it. No doubt about it. तो थोड़ा सा और 2 ले लो। थोड़ा सा और 2 ले लो। But ये पहला वाला नंबर 2 से छोटा है। So this is you have to take 12. इसका half 2 means what? Half of this. What is half of 100? And what is half of 24? 12. 50 plus 12 is 62 ही आएगा। देख, 2 6s are 12, 2 2s are 4. इसमें भी एक 2 घुसा हुआ है। 62 का हाफ करते हैं, चलो। 60 का हाफ कितना है? 30 और 2 का हाफ 1, 30 plus 1, और वो नहीं आता है तो 2 3s are 6, 2 1s are 2. Now life is little bit miserable for us. 31 आ गया है। Now first check. 31 देखते ही थोड़ा सा 31 बड़ा उत्पटांग सा नंबर आ गया है। पहले चेक करो 31 प्राइम नंबर है? Yes, 31 is a prime number. 31 is a prime number. So you have actually reached your destination. तो इस बार हम क्या करेंगे? यहाँ पे just 31 ले लेंगे और लिखेंगे 31 1s are 31. तो आपका ट्री कैसा बना देखो। 248 आपने सबसे पहले 2 लिया और 124, फिर आपने 124 को तोड़ा 2 and 62, फिर आपने 62 को तोड़ा 2 and 31. ये आपके prime factors. So we will now write 248 is a composite number which can be expressed as a product of 2 into 2 into 2 into 31. This is called prime factorization of 248. समझ में आया? प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन मतलब किसी भी नंबर को पूरा खोल देना। इन व्हाट? इन इट्स प्राइम फैक्टर्स। रिमेंबर, ओनली प्राइम नंबर्स शुड कम ऑन दिस वर्टिकल साइड। आपको फील हो रहा है सर 62 ना, सर 124, सर ये तो 4 से जाएगा। मेनी स्टूडेंट्स ये 4 से डिविजिबल है। 4 3s are 12, 4 1s are 4, but you are not allowed to, आपको नंबर काट लेगा। because what factorization are you doing? Prime. Is 4 a prime number? No. ये सिलेक्टिव डिवीजन है। इसीलिए उस दिन आप लोगों ने क्वेश्चन पूछा था, इज प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन सेम एज डिवीजन? शनाया ने पूछा था, यस सेम। नो, नॉट सेम। डिवीजन में आपको कोई भी नंबर लाने का अथॉरिटी है, प्राइम नंबर में आप सिर्फ सिलेक्टिव लाते हो। पापड़ मसाला पापड़, वेरी सिलेक्टिव।
क्वेश्चन में
ठीक है, क्वेश्चन इसने पूछा था, सो ये इसने। अब देखते हैं कुछ और नंबर्स देखते हैं, आइए। लेट्स टेक अ नंबर 1024। ठीक है, 1024 का आइए हम प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन करने की कोशिश करते हैं, राइट, एंड वी विल डू इट बाय दिस मैनर। इट इज ऑल अबाउट योर डिवीजन स्किल। इज दिस अ इवन नंबर बेटा? ये 2 से जाएगा, 2 5s are 10, 2 1s are 2 and 2 2s are 4. Do you know the beauty of this number?
sir from 2 it will start like square.
वो नहीं, ये इसका ब्यूटी क्या है, ये नंबर 1024?
Sir, it comes down to 1.
आप लोग इतना कंप्यूटर देखते हैं, ठीक है, 512 मेमोरीज कैसा होता है कंप्यूटर में? 512 KB, उसके बाद 1 MB। 1 MB is how many? 1024 bytes. Then the next hard disk size comes at 512. The next hard disk will come at 256. The next hard disk is available in the market as 128. Then 64 MB RAM. Then 64 will come to 32 MB RAM. Then 32 will come to 16 MB RAM. 16 will come to 8 MB RAM. 8 is the last. ये मैथमेटिक्स के बाइनरी कोडिंग का ठीक है। So always remember this number 1024. When you say 1 MB, 1 MB means has 1024 bytes. 8 bytes, 8 करके bytes होता है ना। आइए अब इसको करते हैं। इसका नेक्स्ट हार्ड डिस्क कितना आता है हमें मार्केट में? 128। उसके बाद 64। हाँ, ओह सॉरी 256, भूल ही गया था मैं, सॉरी। इसका नेक्स्ट हार्ड डिस्क आता है, हाँ मोबाइल की जीबी, बिल्कुल, दैट्स व्हाट इज मेमोरी। Then 128, then comes 264, then 236, then 2, look 64 आता ही ना, आप 4 यूज मत कर देना, 8 यूज मत कर देना, वो सब प्राइम नंबर नहीं है। 2 then it will become 18, then 2 अरे 16, sorry मिस्टेक हो गया, 32 सॉरी 32, then 2 लेंगे तो 16 और फिर 2 लेंगे तो 8, उसके बाद 2 लेंगे तो 4, so 2 लेंगे 2 ना, ठीक है। अब जरा गिनते हैं कितने 2s हैं। 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, राइट। सो वी कैन राइट 1024 can be written as 2m 2m then 2m कितना हुआ? 1 2 3 4, देखो तो 10 to 2 आ गया, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, right? Can you not write 1024 also as 2 to the power 10? Is this understood? Because it is 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 1, add 1 10 times, it is 2 to the power 10. Understood? Right. अब इसकी इतनी जरूरत नहीं है, अब एक टेक्निक सीखते हैं। Now the question somebody will ask me is 1024 a perfect square? कोई पूछ रहा है मुझे, is this a perfect square? This was the tool, but the tool is used to do something different. Means somebody is asking, क्या 1024 का रूट करने से हमें एक इंटीजर मिलेगा? ये पूछ रहा है। Now how to find that? Now you have done the prime factors, right? इन prime factors को pairs में सजाइए अभी, pairs, ठीक है। आइए अब pairs सजाते हैं। pair. Is any prime factor unpaired? No. That means this is a perfect square. Understood? And if you want to now evaluate what is root of 1024, then for every pair we will take 1. ये कौन है? राम एक राम लो, ये श्याम एक श्याम लो, ये रहीम एक रहीम लो, ये मोहन एक मोहन लो, एक मोहन लो। कितना है? 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8, 8 to the 16 to the 32. Means it is 2 to the power 5, which is equal to 32. आया? Did you actually get a integer at the end of the day?
Yes.
But you all did not enjoy one good part of mathematics. ये ऐसे भी हो जाता था, देखो। 1024, you only said it was 2 to the power 10. Do you agree? Right? 2 to the power 5 square. Can I write this?
No, sir.
क्यों नो? क्यों नो? बिल्कुल लिख सकता हूं. अभी इसको मैं कर देता हूं रूट ऑफ 1024, विच मीन्स इस साइड भी रूट करना पड़ेगा, इधर रूट किया तो इधर भी रूट करना पड़ेगा, तभी ना नंबर सेम है. हाउ कैन यू जस्ट डू रूट ऑन वन साइड? 1024 इज दिस, 1024 इज दिस, 1024 into बैंगन is this into बैंगन, सिंपल. इसका रूट इज इक्वल टू इसका रूट. अब रूट क्या सिखाया था आपको? 2 to the power 5 square, and because of this root what will come? A 1/2 will come. Higher mathematics, don't say no. ये पूरा नंबर का रूट मतलब क्या? ये पूरा नंबर टू द पावर 1/2. ये 2 को काट लेगा, बचा क्या?
Yes, sir.
टाइम लेंगे, आराम आराम से सीखेंगे. There is no point in doing an exercise but not understanding mathematics. Right? I did not do anything great. See, once again, just see. 1024, you told me that this is 2 to the power 10. You agree or not? Right? Can I write this as 2 to the power 5 square?
Yes, sir.
Right? अभी निवेदिता का मुंह बड़ा टेंशन वाला था. अब देखो, लेट 2 to the power 5 square, ये दिखने में बड़ा हचपच लग रहा है ना, लेट दिस बी इक्वल टू m. अच्छा निवेदिता, कैन आई राइट दिस 1024 इज इक्वल टू m? ये तो लिख सकता हूं ना. अच्छा, अगर मैंने इसका रूट किया तो इसका भी रूट करना पड़ेगा. ये तो तराजू है ना, यहां से टमाटर कम किया तो इधर भी कम करो, वरना टेव हो जाएगा. अच्छा, रूट m का मतलब क्या है? m टू द पावर हाफ. m तो तुम्हारे मन की ख्याल था ना, अब m के जगह इसको ले आओ. 2 to the power 5 स्क्वायर, स्क्वायर ब्रैकेट हाफ. दो तो कटाएंगे ना, बढ़िया से कटाएंगे, अब टेंशन कहां लेते हैं मैडम. 2 into 1/2, सॉरी 25 नहीं, 2 to the power 5, 2 to the power 5, 2 into 1/2. I have just opened the square bracket. Agreed? Now can I cancel these two? I am left with, ये अब वो पूछेगा नहीं, अल्टीमेटली घूम फिर के स्टोरी एक ही है. So what is important for us in grade 8? I'll not give you any homework today, nothing. You should understand what is prime factorization. And once you have understood prime factorization, we will also see whether a number whose prime factorization you did, is it a perfect square? It will be a perfect square only when you get everything unpaired. Sorry, everything paired, all the factors paired. One more example, okay? Let's take a number which is say we have a number 98. Let's do the prime factorization of 98. Fatafat. 2 4 times 8, 49. Then 49 ko kisi bhi prime factor is 7. So 7 into 7. Then 7 ones are 7. All of you understood this much? Okay. Now let's write 98 in terms of its prime factors. Right? अब इसमें हम जोड़ी ढूंढते हैं. ये तो बेचारा अकेला है, ये अनपेयर्ड है इसको पेयर नहीं है ना, तो ये नंबर परफेक्ट स्क्वायर नहीं है. यकीन ना है तो आप कैलकुलेटर में रूट 98 मारिए, आपको डेसिमल में आएगा. समझ में आया? दिस इज नॉट अ परफेक्ट स्क्वायर. से so let's take a number which is having 3 4. Okay, let's say 98 को डबल करो कितना होता है? 90 90 180 and
96.
8 and 8 is 16. 196. अब जरा हम 196 का करते हैं. 2 9 जा 18, 2 8 जा 16, राइट? 2 फिर कितना आएगा? 49. फिर 7 7 जा 49, 7 1 जा 7. Now look at the prime factorization. 196 can be written as a 2 into 2 into a 7 into a 7. ये भी पेयर में है, ये भी पेयर में है, दिस इज अ परफेक्ट स्क्वायर। 14 का स्क्वायर है, ये नहीं है ना, इसको 2 अकेला है ना। प्राइम फैक्टर्स ढूंढो, प्राइम फैक्टर्स क्या है, 2 and 7, इनमें पेयर ढूंढो। क्या 7 पेयर में है, क्या 2 पेयर में है, नहीं है, ये परफेक्ट स्क्वायर नहीं है। लेकिन यहां ढूंढो, वही 2 और 7 आ रहे हैं, यहां पे कितने 2s हैं, 2 पेयर में है, यहां पे पेयर है। अब कोई है जो अकेला है, नो, ये परफेक्ट स्क्वायर है। एंड 14 स्क्वायर इज 196। And what did I tell you? How to find out the root of 196? Now, if you want to find the root of 196, for every pair will be represented by only one entity, 2, and this will be represented by only 7. Okay. Clear? And similarly, that was the same thing in this chapter. See, out here, if you see for this one, for this one. So today, what I'll give you as a worksheet, I'll give you to evaluate some perfect squares, some prime factorizations. 3 type of problems we'll have. Prime factorization. Second, check whether it is a perfect square or not. If it is a perfect square, what is the square root? Only perfect squares will give you square root with integers. Others also give, but in grade 8, that is not our concern. Have you understood? Today's homework will be something like this. You will get a number like a 64. This will be a number which will be given to you. The first thing you will be asked to do is to do prime factorization. The second thing you will be asked is, once you have done the prime factorization, the question will be, is it a perfect square, y or n? If it is yes, then tell what is root of 64. ये तीनों ही मैंने आपको सिखाया। So सबसे पहले आप prime factorization करेंगे, right? Perfect square के लिए क्या करेंगे, pairs ढूंढेंगे। अगर पेयर्स है तो यस, पेयर नहीं है तो नो। और रूट के लिए क्या करेंगे, हर पेयर को एक आदमी रिप्रेजेंट करेगा, हर पेयर को एक, उसका प्रोडक्ट विल बी योर रूट। ऑल ऑफ यू विल बी एबल टू डू। हैव यू लर्न दिस टेक्निक? सो डू सम प्रैक्टिस टुडे, आई विल गिव यू वर्कशीट, उसको करेंगे, ठीक है? हाँ बोलिए ना।
सर अगर समझ में आया परफेक्ट स्क्वायर अगर नहीं है तो क्या,
परफेक्ट स्क्वायर नहीं है तो छोड़ देंगे। द क्वेश्चन विल बी, डू द प्राइम फैक्टराइजेशन एंड चेक वेदर इट इज अ परफेक्ट स्क्वायर। You will write, since one of the factor 5 is unpaired or one of the factor 3 is unpaired, therefore it is not a perfect square. You have to give a reasoning. Like for example, in this question, if somebody asks me, is 98 a perfect square? आपने ये तो कर दिया, अब आप क्या लिखोगे? Since one of the prime factors 2 is unpaired, therefore given number 98 is not a perfect square. इसमें क्या लिखेंगे? Since all the prime factors are paired, therefore given number 196 is a perfect square. Our next question will be, if it is a perfect square, what is the root? तो आप लिखेंगे root of 196. Don't write 196, हाँ? Root of 196 is, for each pair will be, ये बोला ना मैं आपको, मगनलाल 1 मगनलाल, छगनलाल 1 छगनलाल। हाँ बोलो बेटा। What should be added or multiplied? अभी उसमें आए ही नहीं है, अभी तो स्टार्टर दे रहा है सिर्फ। मंचाऊ सूप 1/9 वो बाद में, ठीक है? चले तो ये कौन सा आज का बिल बना दिया ना, ये आज का कितना बेहतरीन बिल बनाया, ये बिल बना दिया ना, ये बिल है आज का। आज के बिल में 9 दिल।